What's up, guys? Aiden from 10 Cents Boys. This video is about me documenting my crash and my buddy Evan's crash at the ecmx 2020 Loretta Lens qualifier. Hope you guys like it.
And
Went to the 2020 ecmx Loretta Lens qualifier. This was 2 weekends ago now, but I went there. We brought the trailer and everything, brought my new 2020 CRF 250R, my new race bike. Thing's awesome. Did the first practice day, did good. I kind of didn't like the track. I mean, it's just like, it wasn't built right to me. To like, I don't. It just wasn't built right. Like, I feel like the faces were just as steep to the landing, so you had to like angle really weird when you landed, or else you're gonna land all crazy. The corners, it's just like the dirt. It was sand, but it had a clay base under it, so the sand was like almost fake. So there was ruts, but you would try to ride in them and get in them, and you would just slide out because it was all fake. And yeah, I didn't like the track because of that. But it's not the track's fault. It's my fault for what I did and why I got hurt. Went out for the race day. I think it started at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. I went and did the early morning practice, just like 3 laps, whatever. Was doing all right, and I was feeling good about the race that day. That day I had the 250C Junior Limited class that I was racing, and of course I felt like I should have put the GoPro on, but I didn't for this moto. And yeah, luckily my helmet was a little bit loose, so my dad tightened the strap before I went out for the moto. I probably would have had a head injury. Got a bad hole shot. I was pushing really hard after the whole shot to get up to the front, or just get through the pack, you know. I didn't think it was actually going to happen because, you know, I was racing a fast class, at least for me. And I hit the first 2 jumps on the track fine. Then the 3rd jump came up. Well, that one was super rutted on the face. There was like ruts everywhere. And I have problems when I try to shoot jumps and I cross rut and I just get all crazy. I didn't want to crash, so I shot to the very right of the face of the jump. Shot the jump fine, and then the nose was kind of coming up, so I brake tapped, which I recently learned before this. So pulled in the clutch, but it kind of hit these 2 fingers right here, my ring finger, my pinky, and I guess it didn't come in all the way, and I smacked that brake, and the bike shut off. I nosedived. This video is not me, this is someone else who did the same thing as me. I flipped. I did a full like rotation, and I was upside down basically, and I stayed on the bike thinking I could ride it out. And the front wheel like landed on the ground, but the bike just kept on flipping, and I landed on my neck, got knocked unconscious, and then I swear I could feel the bike land on me while I was unconscious. It was so weird. And I woke up with my bike laying beside me, and the weird thing was that I woke up sitting, like just sitting on my butt, like with my back up and everything, and I was looking down. I guess I got slung there, and I woke up, and my arms, I was like immediately freaking out. I couldn't breathe. I had the wind knocked out of me. I was like, oh my god, is this real? My vision was dim, everything like that, you know. And then I tried to raise my arms immediately, and I was like trying to get up and stuff. And when I went to raise my arms, I felt like I had already raised them, and it felt like they were already all the way up, and my arms were slowly coming up, and it was so weird. I was like freaking out. I thought I was partially paralyzed. I thought I was done for. Like, this is it. And I was like nearly suffocating because I had a chest guard. I had a chest guard on, everything, all the protective gear like squeezing me. Next thing you know, track maintainer on a quad runs up to me real quick, and he's like, "Are you all right?" And then he helps me up off the track real quick. And my dad comes to get my bike. I don't even know what's going on because I'm like so like out of it. And went and got on the back of the quad. Yeah, my head was just dangling, and I almost fell off the quad because I was so disoriented. Then I got pulled up to the gator, and I got pulled across the track on that. And then they pulled me up to the ambulance. Well, they pulled off all my stuff, cut my shirt off. Then they pulled off my chest brace and stuff because I thought I was going to suffocate. And I went and got in the ambulance, got hooked up to the IV and all that good stuff. And I got taken to the hospital.
Scale 0 to 10, 0 being nothing, 10 being worst pain ever. What does it feel like?
7. And at the hospital, they did a CAT scan. And they also did some x-rays to my chest. And they came back, told me that my neck and everything was good. Like, it was looking good so far. And then they came back and told me about my back. And it turns out I had actually had a compression fracture on 3 of my vertebrae in my back. I had T4 through T7 fracture. T5 was the worst. It was, like, crushed. They had to send me to another hospital, which was a hospital in Norfolk, which was CHKD. And I got sent there. Went there with I went there on the ambulance with the lights and sirens on. It was a weird experience. It was a weird experience. And then I got there. There was like 20 doctors sitting around waiting to start stuff on me, checking me out. It was very stressful, and it put me through a lot. But went and got checked out and everything. All the doctors were doing stuff on me, just checking my pulses. Then they were checking my back, asking me if stuff hurt, all that good stuff. And then and then everybody left, and there was just like calming me and like trying to make sure that I was okay if I did have to go under surgery. I got calmed down, and I was all good and everything. And then I got taken into the CAT scan. Not the CAT scan, the MRI. And the MRI, I had to sit there for like 45 minutes. It was pure torture. The cool thing was that I got to listen to the new Deegan Deegan podcast, which was sick. Yeah, I got to listen to the Deegan podcast on these headphones to block out like the noises that the machine makes because they're absurdly loud. But yeah, sat there. I was getting hip cramps the whole time. I could barely move. Like I wasn't allowed to move because they would stop the thing and redo it, and I didn't want that at all. Got out of it, stretched myself out a little bit, and got taken back to the room. I got taken back to my own room because I was expected to stay overnight. And it turns out I had to actually stay for 3 days. But I got taken up to the room. I was all settled and everything. And they told me they weren't going to do procedures on me, nothing. And I was like so glad. And they told me that they're going to put me in this brace right here for 12 weeks. 12 to 14 weeks. Yeah, I already decked it out with stickers. Yeah, Honda. But yeah, they decked me out with stickers. I mean, I decked myself out with stickers and stuff. I got this chest brace custom measured and everything, and then I got it delivered the next day after I got measured. Got this put on and got released after being in the hospital for 3 days, laying down in a bed. Ever since my crash, it was so weird to get up. I felt like I couldn't walk. It was weird. yeah, I got released, and here we are. This is about 2 weeks after my crash. I didn't go back to school. I got started on homeschooling. Yeah. So that's the story. Unfortunately, my buddy Evan also crashed, and I don't know if it was the track or if it was just both of us coincidentally crashing for whatever we did, but yeah, I crashed, broke my back, had a lacerated lung, and internal bleeding in my lung. And Evan, I'll tell you his story. So he crashed, and he was going down the straightaway before this big jump, and he hit these like rollers, and then he got sideways, and then he like cased the jump. Like he his back wheel caught, and he flew over. Like he started doing a stoppie, and then he flew over the bars, and he was knocked unconscious for about 5 minutes without breathing. After he crashed, the paramedics came and got him, and they put him on oxygen and stuff. He wasn't breathing when he was knocked out, so he was like discolored. Yeah, he woke up. He had a bad concussion, and he had some memory loss. He forgot most of the weekend when we went racing, but the memories slowly came back to him. Yeah, he also broke his thumb, and I don't know if they put a cast on it or anything, but yeah. There should be some other videos out in like about 3 or 4 months. There is going to be a long like pause of my video making because I'm not going to be riding until then. And I'll do my journey to getting back to riding video series, I guess. That'll be a cool little thing to do. But yeah, so thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys come back when I'm back on the bike and everything in about 3 or 4 months. And yeah.